April 17th, 2026. The Kenyan fuel crisis has escalated into a standoff between the state and the citizenry. Following the record price surge on April 14, diesel has shot up to 206.84 shillings. The government was forced into a panic reduction on April 16th, lowering the prices by approximately 9 to 10 shillings a litre. This volatility exposes the deep structural rot detailed below. Tonight, we don't just look at the price board, we look at 1. The ship that poisoned our supply chain. 2. The 1.5 trillion G2G deal that has enriched 3 local companies while you and I pay the bill. And we ask, why is the government importing fuel that is 400% more toxic than the law allows? I am Mudewa Inaina. This is the Spectacular Show. For us to understand this much better, we will need to go back in March 2023. The Kenya Kwanza administration suspended the Competitive Open Tender System, OTS. They replaced it with a government-to-government, popularly known as G2G deal involving 3 companies, Saudi Aramco, ADNOC, and ENOC. The claim? To stop the shilling freefall by buying on credit. It was sold as a G2G deal, but the devil is in the nominees. The government handpicked local private companies, namely 1. Gulf Energies, Galana Energies, and Oryx ORYX Energies to handle these billions. There was no tender, no competition, just a signature. The financial verdict? The premium inflation. Under the old OTS systems, supplier premiums averaged $30 per metric ton. Under G2G, premiums reportedly swelled to $88 to $97 per metric ton. The cost to you, auditors estimate this convenience fee translates to an extra 14 shillings a litre at the pump. In one cycle alone, motorists were overcharged by 16.4 billion Kenyan shillings. The profit? In just 18 months, the Gulf giants and their local brokers generated a revenue exceeding 1.5 trillion Kenyan shillings. But the high cost is only half the crime. The other half is poison. On March 27th, 2026, the vessel MV Paloma docked in Mombasa. It was not part of the G2G schedule. It was an emergency procurement diverted from Angola. Lab tests were shocking. The fuel contained sulfur levels of 0.0043%. That's 43 ppm. The East African limit is 0.001%, 10 ppm. This fuel was nearly 4 times the legal toxicity limit. The cover-up? Instead of rejecting the cargo, sources inside Kenya Pipeline Company, KPC, alleged that officials tried to blend it with clean fuel to hide the evidence. But the fallout, on April 3rd, the axe fell. KPC Managing Director Joe Sang, Petroleum PS Mohammed Liban, and the EPRA Director General Daniel Kipto were arrested and forced to resign. The cost? This single emergency consignment was overpriced by 4 billion compared to the standard rates. But the question is, who are the gatekeepers? While Vivo Energy, Shell, dominates the retail market with a 21% share, they are beholden to the importers, the nominated importers, Gulf Energy, Galana Energies, and Oryx control the tap. Gulf Energy, the lion's share of the G2G volume. Galana Energies, a key player in the nominated trial, whereby economists view that by removing the open tender system, they created a monopoly. These companies no longer compete on price, they compete on access to the Ministry of Energy. The results? You pay for their inefficiency. The resignation of Joe Sang and the panic price cut on April 16th are not the solution. They are symptoms of a system in collapse. With youth unemployment at crisis levels, the border economy cannot survive diesel at 200 plus. The demands are easy. Restore the OTS, return to the open tender system immediately to crash the premium bucks to $30 per metric tons. The Audit General Nancy Gathungu has already flagged lucrative loopholes in the G2G deal. We need a full prosecution of the 16 billion overcharge. The MV Paloma proved that KPC cannot police itself. We need independent verifiers at the Kipevu terminal so that we don't get more poison at our fuel pumps. The pipes are rusting and the patience of the people is running on empty. As we wait for the next ship to dock, one question remains. Is the government fighting the cartels, or have they just changed their captains?